Hey, hey everybody, welcome back to Dan Plays. It's been like months, I know. And before you go thinking, oh man, Dan's back for sure every single day, new programming, I'm going to watch this all the time. No, the problem is that I don't have the time to do this regularly right now for a couple more months, and then probably I'll have regular things going. But until then, I'm just gonna be doing it on an ad hoc basis. Just sort of as I have time to do it, and then I'll post these up. And what I wanted to start with first was Metal Gear Solid 3. My younger brother has never played a Metal Gear Solid game, and he was like, Dan, you should do Metal Gear Solid because Ground Zeroes came out not that long ago. And so I said, he's right, I'm going to do Metal Gear Solid. But he said you should do it in chronological order, which is weird because, well, Metal Gear Solid 3 is the first one chronologically, but it doesn't matter. We'll start with it. We'll take it on. But yeah, the origin, height of the Cold War, Naked Snake, heads into Soviet territory, help the scientist Sokolov defect. Mission ends in failure, blah, blah, blah. Let's start. So this game, I did not play when it first came out. It is really good, though. It's probably my favorite Metal Gear, I think, so far. But it's got this sort of Cold War thing going because it takes place in the 60s. It takes away a lot of the technology that you have in the future Metal Gears, but you don't really know that because if you're David, you've never seen another Metal Gear game. But it's a lot of fun, and I think I'm gonna jump into it. I don't remember if the briefings show on when you first start the game. If they don't, then what I'm gonna do is have a bonus episode with the briefing files. But until then, what's in the special? Oh yeah, until then, there's just gonna be nothing there for now. Let's make sure this is all set properly. Camera up, down, left, right, captions on. I might have to change. You know how I have to change the let's see, grayscale. Oh, it's my own adjustment. You know how I always need to end up changing the I don't think I have any load files. The axes, because I always forget which way's up and which way's down, and I'm really bad at that. All right, so new game. All right, so let's see. I'm playing MGS series for the first time. It's not true. I like MGS 1, 2. I like MGS 3 though. I'm gonna pick that. I think that this is actually the easy mode, but I can't remember. But it doesn't really matter. So let's go. We're gonna just play on normal. There's no reason to play like on extreme European. Like if I get spotted, I'm gonna die. And I'm not. I mean, I guess I could unlock trophies maybe by playing harder, but I'm just not. We're just gonna play a normal game. It's how it's balanced, and that's how it'll make the most sense. All right, and let's see if it pops me first into a cutscene or. Oh, here we go. After the end of World War. Oh, it's saying it for me.
After the end of World War II.
Okay, I like MGS3. We're back. Normal. Let's do this again. I will put the controller down and not try and mess this up. All right. After the yes.
After the end of World War II, the world was
East
split
and
into
West.
two. East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
That's David Hayter. That's Snake. All right, here we go again. Gonna have a little plane flying through the sky. Hideo Kojima. Alright, so David Hayter, Snake. There's a little fox sound thing there. Oh, you don't know, I guess. I accidentally skipped this cutscene and I had to re-edit it. So it might look weird, it might not. I don't know. I haven't edited it yet. I hope it doesn't look weird. In fact, I probably shouldn't even be saying that it did this, so you guys wouldn't even know. So, Pakistan.
Flying over Pakistan. Altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
All right.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check.
This looks really good.
Parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high-pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got
They
high
have little.
visibility.
They have the jargon in parentheses if you don't understand what they're saying. You know, the original game's a PS2 game, and it has, you know, like that fuzziness that all PS2 games have. This one is still not super clear, but it's
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask.
Snake. Snake likes to smoke, which is weird.
Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Yeah, he's the legendary soldier. Come on.
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Throwing the cigar all dramatic. I think it was a Havana. Yeah. Alright. Snake has his mask on now.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Thought we were over Pakistan.
Sunrise.
But okay. Ooh, I love Snake Eater. It's such a stupid song, but I love it.
External temperature minus 46
why we
degrees
have the-
Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
So I have the suit.
You'll be falling at 130
that's
miles per
nothing.
hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off.
I love
Stand
how they're
by.
like trying not to get frostbite, like if you can control it.
Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop-off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God
Do
be
it,
with
Snake.
you.
Yeehaw. I wonder if all those little Ninja Turtle moves are necessary, or if they cause frostbite. Okay, falling, falling, falling. Hideo Kojima is the director.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green
might be
light
the
for
briefing.
the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission.
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission. Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago,
I'll let them talk.
a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov.
Sokolov.
He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the
It's the dude right there on the
top
right.
secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned space
We all know
flight
about this.
in history.
The Earth was blue,
Huh.
and there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1,
Vostok.
known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established
Interesting.
Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid.
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov
So
over
why are we
the Berlin
extracting him?
Wall
He's already
shortly
gone.
afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our
The
hands.
Cuban Missile Crisis.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962.
This is like history class,
President
guys.
Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range
This is
ballistic
true.
missiles in Cuba. The president demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile
Also
shipments
true.
reaching Cuba. But
There's
the Soviets
Khrushchev.
didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on
happened.
course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert
Very
for all-out
scary.
nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the U.S. agreed to remove its IRBMs
That's
from
true.
Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So
Guess.
what did the Russians really
Oh,
want?
okay, this part's not true.
Sokolov. They wanted us to return.
History is no longer
Sokolov.
being followed.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's
Whoops.
demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handed him over to
I'm sure he was
agents
happy about
on the
that.
eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until
Yeah,
he disappeared from my
sounds
sight.
about right.
Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
So
We're
big.
talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
All right, so that's the mission. We're rescuing this scientist from Russia. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe just the USSR. I'm bad with geography, and that's what we're up to. That's what's gonna happen. Dave's talking to me. Oh, see, you can look through
Listen up,
the.
Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk.
When it has
in the
R1,
Soviet
you can look
mountains,
through.
Ensure the safety of Sokolov
So I
and
can
bring him
look through
back
it
to the
over here.
west.
Although it's kind of disorienting.
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete,
Yeah,
we'll
probably.
be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
Alright. There's the parachute. Let's hope that we land without being spotted.
Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
Yeah.
Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proof.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel
That's pretty strong.
20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast.
and all the rest of your meals
Dead.
in the jungle.
The time limit's not actually there. I think I could take as long as I want to do this, but I'm not 100% sure. Alright, here we go. Landing. Whoops. Gotta watch out for that tree. Oh, that looks like my stuff. Good thing he stopped there. Look up. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. That's a silly thing to put on a helmet. I don't think that makes much sense, but okay. Let's take everything off that we're supposed to and get ready to get going. Although I think he's gonna make a codec call. Yep, there he is. There's Snake. Snake. He stood around for a whole long time before he worried about getting into cover. Alright, here we go. First codec call.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked
Sexy.
Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
Oh, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom.
Like
Call
the
me
Bowie
Major
song.
Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site.
POS.
That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I
Catch
supposed
stuff.
to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost
Whoops.
it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace,
Perfect.
but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
So I can call him at any time at that frequency. That's how that works. Let's see. You can run around a snake. La la la. You can jump like that. You can kneel all the way down. You can get up a little bit. I thought he could walk or crouch, but I guess that's actually a I think a Metal Gear Solid 4 thing. All right, let's see what we have. We just have a revival pill, so you could use the fake death. So like this, I'd do this. Oh no, I think it's only if I fake dead. I have an RC mate, calorie mate, which David and I have both eaten, and I have a knife. So, all right, let's keep looking around. There's my stuff. Looks like I found a medicine up here. Okay. Let's see. The action button is triangle? Yep. Okay. And I jumped off. This is going to take a little bit of getting used to. The controls are a little bit finicky. Alright. Here we go. Got the backpack. Let's take another call. Yes, I have, Major Tom. Thank you.
Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now,
procure on site.
Find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission.
In every sense of the word.
In every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
That's correct.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax.
A support
team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as
so that's
recording
how I
your mission
save.
data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She.
Hello,
Paramedic.
Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh?
Oh.
It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
From
A
Boston.
name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is
Perfect.
145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person
Who
I
could
want
that
to
be?
introduce you to, Snake. Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's
boss.
authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you?
It's
How
the
many
boss.
years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of
This
my
is all
voice.
ridiculous.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted
Yeah.
you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter.
Spirit.
What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side
This is important.
doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who
This
you
is all
face
very
on the
important.
battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question
It's
why.
just his place to do
But
or
you're
die.
looking for a reason to fight. You are a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies
the
and no
mission.
friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your codename is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss
Was
put
the
together
snake.
during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit. A group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban
That's not what
warfare
we're doing
and
now, though.
infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
Close quarters
CQC.
combat.
Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't
Stealth
let
mission.
anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
It's pretty much this.
Commencing virtuous mission.
You know how people usually
now.
say that when they're starting their missions. Okay, so a couple things that are important. One, the camouflage in the top right. That shows you how well hidden I am from enemies. That's pretty important. Two, my little weapons in the bottom. I have a knife, a directional mic. There's a snake right there. Let me see if I remember even how to fire. Alright, and now how do I actually pull a trigger? There we go. I might have to edit the buttons. 'Cause it's like you aim with square and then you shoot with circle, which is a little tough. Oh, I guess if you let go, it also shoots. Huh. Let's see. Reload. Nope. I guess I can reload that way. I could have sworn there was another button for it. Binoculars. Those move kind of slowly. Alright, let's see. We got sonar. So you can see it right there. Looks like there's some there's like a bird or something up here. Anyway, it's using batteries. Motion detector is gonna see people moving around and animals. AP sensor. I think it just tells you if you're near like an animal or something. Fake death pill, cigar. You smoke and it just lowers your health. That's it. I need to figure out how to not shoot Okay, I think I figured it out. Okay, and also, all right, so now we're back in the survival viewer. So we have the different camouflages. We're gonna go with woodland because that's where we are. You know, like some of these are a little silly. There's a Raiden mask here. And then we're gonna, for uniform, we're gonna stick with, maybe we'll go to tiger stripe because it's, no, leaf is good in underbrush for right now. Flecktarn in forested areas. Let's go with Flecktarn for now. Alright. Then we'll look at our backpack. I think all this stuff is in our backpack already. Then we have the calorie mate. And there's giant anaconda hanging out in my backpack if I need to eat it to raise my stamina. What was I gonna do? I think I was gonna mess with the buttons, but I don't think I can. So I'm gonna have to figure that out just on my own. And there's the map. Okay. So now when I crawl, I'm at 90. Cool. Alright, we're going to the swampland. I can totally see you. I don't know. I don't remember what these trophies all do. Okay. We're approaching 30 minutes, so I might take down my first enemy and then after that we'll see what I do. Alright. Letting some birds up. Heading into a clearing. So we'll want to get down a little bit. Where's the map? It's over here. Okay. So while we move, we can be seeing, oh gosh, look at these giant gators. I don't know. Okay, so now I shot that gator. Ah! Ah, gator's killing me. Ah, fuck. More gators. I'm gonna try and stay away from the gators. Oh, that gator over there is hiding like some items. Oh, did I just drown? There's game over number 1. So this is gonna be fun, everybody. I wonder if I can, let's see. So press put on and off suppressor with that. Okay, so right now no suppressor, which is fine. There's no enemies in this area. Let's see. Let's see how loud it is. Whoops. Pushed the wrong button. Alright. Gotta move quickly through this before I drown again. Okay. Looks like what I got was like some ammo or something. Alright. All through that. If I'm gonna be coming up on real people though, I'm gonna wanna, yeah. Motion detector is actually pretty good for this, 'cause it'll show me that people are moving. Okay, so now we're crawling through here. Oh, I guess this is the end of the zone. Alright. Dramushi North. I can't pronounce Russian, so don't judge. so I can see these guys.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a
International
violation
law.
of international law. You can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle
Right.
without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting
Aw, guys, don't you know I already showed everybody how to do
Viewer.
this?
The uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being
This
noticed.
is true.
You can see how effective your camouflage is by
Naked.
looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to
That's
spot, and vice versa.
Useful.
The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
One with nature. Got it. Why would they stand me right up? Okay. Alright, so when I'm on the ground, it looks like I'm 90% camouflage, which is pretty good. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Oh god, that guy's coming. Alright, let's crawl into this little log here. So there's bug juice. But also, one thing we can do... Whoops.
The enemy is close by.
I aim poorly, but normally if I do this... Did I miss his head? A headshot with this stuff normally knocks him out right away. Alright, so he's knocked out. Alright, nobody else is by right now. Whoops. Okay, let's try and remember how everything is done. I can't remember how to pick them up. Which is important skill that you need. There you go. Alright. So when you pick up somebody and then you put them down, kind of wakes them up a little bit, but it also usually clears something out of their inventory. Okay, so there's another one of the guys on alert up ahead. I lost him. I don't know if he's still coming this way. Let's see. I don't think he is. There he is. Alright. Now let's see if I can get him. Got him. And now the alert is cleared because the only two people who were on alert are now unconscious. There's a guy over there, though, who I need to look out for. Because if he spots me, it's bad news. So let me take him out. And you're not, I think they don't intend for you to like knock everybody out. I think what they kind of want you to do is to just sneak by and not get caught. But I'm pretty bad at this. Not bad, but I don't know. I like the added security of knowing that everybody's kind of out of the way. Oops. Looks like he dropped something else. Or I heard him drop something else. I don't know where it ended up. Oh, one thing that we should do right now before too much happens. Let's save.
Saving the game, Snake?
Check an HDD. Saving. Cool.
Hey, Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla, King of Monsters?
No, what is it?
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
It's about this monster called Godzilla, who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear test and goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
Nuclear test, huh? Then the Marshall Islands must be crawling with giant
Very
monsters
funny.
right about now.
It's just make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo, obliterating
bad.
everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version, too. I recommend seeing the original Japanese one if you ever get the chance. It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got
So
a
does this
serious
game.
anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see the original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
Well, if you wait 40 years, you might be able to see it in America, too.
Why's that?
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla
Anachronism.
movies then?
Of course! Everybody loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about movies.
I don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's always good to be able to look at things from a different perspective when you get in a jam.
I don't know
That's
that.
the magic of
Okay.
movies.
All right.
No kidding. Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
Cool. So we've saved. We can talk to other people, but we're not going to do that right now. In fact, I don't think we're going to do much of anything right now. I think we're going to have to. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. There's a way to walk around and not. There you go. That's how you do it. Because you can hold up people and get like more. Oh shit! He should eventually go unconscious. There he is. There he goes. That's how the tranquilizer darts work. If you miss the head is like a one-hit knock unconscious. But if you miss that, then depending on where you hit them, it'll take a different amount of time to knock them out. So, thermal grenade, thermal goggles. Oh, that's cool. Alright, when we get to the next screen, oh look, it is a Keraton. What's a Keraton? I don't know, it's a Japanese thing. Finding all of those is a challenge, and it gets you like special camo and stuff, but we're not going to do that. Let me make sure that I'm going the right way. It just takes too long. I don't remember which way I came from. Oh, it looks like I've made a loop. There's the first guy I shot. There's the second guy I shot. There's the third guy I've shot. Alright, so which way am I supposed to be going then? Go around this bend. And then hold left through the grass over here. Oh shit, I'm not very camouflaged right now. There we go, much better. After I clear this screen, that's when we're gonna end the episode for now. So let's see, if I'm out here, he can see me, so this is the one annoying thing about, well, not the one, but this is one of the annoying things about Metal Gear Solid. You have to change your camouflage often if you don't want to be spotted. Like, I guess, you know, this orange background is going to be harder to spot on this, I guess. I don't know. That's what they're trying to say, but I don't know that I believe it. Alright, I'm going to try and get by without shooting this guy. Let me see if I can get my camouflage better than this. This is pathetic. 65 is nothing. Yeah, see, now it's like, go back to leaf. Like I changed that for no reason earlier. I don't like green. I'm going to go to woodland. Okay. I should be able to get into this log. And be camouflaged for the most part. Alright. Let me look at the map one more time, make sure I'm pointed in the right direction. I am kind of. Well, so much for that. He was walking toward me. Then I wasted a bunch of bullets by accidentally shooting. Alright, so now I want to just see what's down this way real quick. Looks like a dead end. And then I heard my phone buzz. Oh, I got a sniper rifle.
Everything seems in order.
Alright. There it is. I was like, I know I just caught a snake. I think that motion is another snake. Yeah, there it is. It wasn't a person. Alright. Let's sneak through here. I think the sonar makes noise, and that's why you don't want to use it all the time. Alright, looks like we're going to the next area. The swampland. And that's going to be it for this episode. I have to do some editing, but it'll wind up being a little bit long, I think. It should be like 45 minutes or so. So, I'll see you next time on Dan Plays, or this has been Dan Plays Metal Gear Solid 3. I'm Metal Gear Solid 3. This is Dan. Or this is Metal Gear Solid 3. I'm Metal Gear Solid 3. This is Dan. Anyway, see you next time. I'm Rusty.